What did Jesus say about John the Baptist's death? Bible Nuggets. Jesus' response to John the Baptist's death is deeply moving and reveals his perspective on John's ministry and its significance. We find Jesus' direct comments on John after John's disciples inform him about John's imprisonment and eventual execution by Herod. Here are the key verses and takeaways. 1. Messengers from John the Baptist, Matthew 11:2-6. While imprisoned, John sent his disciples to ask Jesus if he was the one who was to come. Jesus responded, "Go and tell John what you hear and see. The blind receive their sight and the lame walk, lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear, and the dead are raised up, and the poor of good news preached to them. And blessed is the one who is not offended by me." Takeaway: Jesus affirms his messianic identity through his works, aligning them with the messianic expectations prophesied in the Hebrew Scriptures. His message to John is both an affirmation of his ministry and a comfort to John, highlighting that the coming of the kingdom is marked by restoration and healing. 2. Jesus' tribute to John, Matthew 11:7-11. After John's messengers left, Jesus spoke to the crowds about John, asking what they went out into the wilderness to see. He called John more than a prophet and affirmed that among those born of women there has arisen no one greater than John the Baptist. Takeaway: Jesus honors John's unique role in salvation history as the forerunner of the Messiah. His praise for John underscores John's significance in preparing the way for Jesus and his exceptional standing among the prophets. 3. The death of John the Baptist, Matthew 14:1-12. The circumstances of John's death are recounted in Matthew 14. Herod had John arrested and eventually beheaded at the request of Herodias' daughter. John's disciples buried him and then went to tell Jesus. Takeaway: this tragic event marks the end of John's earthly ministry but also serves as a sobering reminder of the cost of prophetic ministry and the worldly opposition that the kingdom of God faces. In summary, Jesus' response to John the Baptist's death through his words and actions serves to affirm John's ministry, acknowledge his role in preparing the way for the Messiah, and highlight the fulfillment of messianic prophecies through Jesus' healing and preaching. It also serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrificial path of those who herald the coming of God's kingdom. Greg Gaines. Father, grandfather, minister, missionary, deacon, elder, author, digital missionary, foster parents, welcome to our family. https://jesusleadershiptraining.com/about us/